guys, it's Sunny. Thanks for joining me today. So, during this coronavirus self-isolation period, many of us dancers are stuck at home alone, but we still want to improve our dancing. So, I'm sharing weekly demos on YouTube for my students or your friends if you want. Sharing tips and trips we can work on at home to continue improving our international standard dancing. And you can do these barefoot, on carpet, in a small space, alone, or just sit back and enjoy watching and hopefully pick up a few things. So today, the figure I would love to look at is a reverse pivot in waltz. Okay, it's a bronze figure. It's usable socially and competitively. In my opinion, the easiest exit is going to be a chasse to right, so that's what I'll show today. Though certainly if I were doing this competitively, maybe in bronze, I might do something a little flashier, like a double reverse spin. Or gold, I might do a follow reverse slip pivot. Whatever we do, lead, you'll need to exit this thing coming out forward on your left foot with turn out there. Ladies, you know, whatever you do after this is going to go back on your right foot with turn in. Okay? And for today, I'll start this with a spin turn. Now you certainly have other options you can do before this figure. Spin turn's my favorite. I think it's easy to lead socially. It looks good competitively, so let's get started. So reverse slip pivot. Turns to our left, and it's just one step. Looks like this. And for today, we're going to start after a spin turn, so I'd be back in diagonal center as lead. We're going to turn the right foot in on our toe, rotate, and that's it. And we'll come out into, for today, chasse to right, but you could do other things. Complete reverse turn, etc. Okay, so let's show that from a couple different angles. So we'll pretend this is our new line of dance. Okay, I'm going to step back on the right toe. I'm going to keep my legs tight, and then I'm going to slide forward into whatever my next step is, okay? So leads, the most common mistake I feel and see in our dance community is you open up the legs there, something like this. I'll exaggerate. And go. Ladies on the outside of the turn, there is no way, unless you're dancing with a giant, she's going to be able to get around you. So to make it easy and feel good for your lady, we're going to take that as small and tight as possible. So this is small. I don't go anywhere during the slip pivot. I do go like crazy into the next step though. That's your moneymaker. Don't go big on that reverse slip pivot. Go big on the next step. My next suggestion leads to make this feel great for your lady is when you go back into this, to think about getting out of her way. So if this were our track, I want to think about getting out of her way. You see how I made a little hallway for her? Not a huge hallway. I even want to think about going backwards, back in line of dance. That would look like this. I'll exaggerate. You won't have time for this, but this is what I'm thinking in my head when I'm leading this. Backwards. Now she has less far to go to get around you, okay? My final little cheat leads is we need to keep our head left. I see a lot of head right. I feel it too when I'm dancing. You're going to want to do this when you lead it right, okay? And this takes your center off the girl. She's trying to follow up here and away it went. So I want to keep my head as lead left of my butt. Doop. It's upright, but it's left. It's not centered, because if you just think centered, it's going to fall. Okay, so keep your head left. You see how that pooches out the rib? As a matter of fact, that whole time I'm thinking about pooching these ribs out, my lower ribs up to my girl, so she can feel that cuddle up underneath it there, okay? And in terms of head position leads, we either look where we were or where we were going. In this figure, we want to look where we're going, so that would look like this. I'm going here. Okay, so I don't want to look at my girl. That's not going to telegraph to her or the other leads in the room where you're going. So here. Okay? Or here. Okay? So those are our little cheats for man. Tight thighs, thinking going backwards, head left of butt, pushing out the let's go to ladies' part. So ladies, a reverse slip pivot. This is a rotational figure, so I want to power it big time, okay? So my footwork is lady. I'm going to come forward around my partner, swivel on that left foot, swivel, 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 swivel. I'm swiveling on the ball. And I'm going to go back on my right foot on a toe. I don't know what he's going to do next, but for today's demo, we'll go back, side, and forward, just a chassé. Could be something fancier. Okay. And ladies, I'll show that from a spin turn so you can get a bigger picture. Spin turn, reverse slip pivot. And ladies, a couple cheats I do. I'm going to keep my thighs tight, just like I asked him to do. So I'll show that again. The spin turn will have wider thighs, and then tight thighs, tight thighs, tight thighs. So I'm like squeezing a little golf ball between my thighs. And finally, ladies, I want to step back with my right foot turned in. I'm making an informed decision as follows. I'm not waiting for him to micromanage me. I know for a fact this is going to be followed by a reverse turning figure, something that turns this way. So if I turn the foot in, it'll make me much lighter in his arms. And I did nothing with my arms, I just turned my foot in, okay? Ladies, I want to think about my head being left as well. My head is left of my butt, okay? Another little cheat I do as ladies when I over-rotate is I feed this little rib to him big time. So I'm going to push, 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 push this rib to him to over-rotate it. I push that rib to him, and I push it, and I push it, and I push it, push it, push it. That way, if he wants to over-rotate, he can. People get in the way in competition, in social dances. This gives him the ability to change the angle if he wants at the end. If I undercook it and don't rotate enough, he'll start dragging me to the angle that he wants, and then once he starts hanging on, he's probably not going to let go, and it'll be uncomfortable for you. So to encourage him to give me nice light leads, I'm going to feed this right rib to him. So the slip pivot, I shove that rib at him and I pull my head back, 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 back. Okay, and you'll notice my back foot's turned in. It's not turned out, that's a breaking action, it's turned in. I know whatever comes next, that's what I'm going to do. So, what am I missing here? I feel like I know, timing. The thing that makes this step special compared to other steps in waltz, it is syncopated. So I only get an and I'm going to steal it from the and of that first figure. So, for example, spin turn timing would be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. So that's a 3 count figure followed by a 3 count figure. Okay. I'll show that again as lead and then as follow. And I'll show that whole sequence. I'll do a spin turn, that reverse pivot, and then the chassé to right. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'll show that as lady now. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I started the spin turn. Here's the actual spin part. 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and I'll show that as lady again from this angle. I'll omit the natural just so we can make the video shorter, but I'll do the spin portion. Slow, 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 and slow. Quick and slow. And I'll show his lady over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so that's our reverse slip pivot, some easy fixes that'll make that puppy a lot better looking and feeling when we're dancing. I hope that's been helpful. If you enjoyed today's demo, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can join me next week. And I look forward to dancing with you all soon. I hope you come in for many lessons once you feel comfortable coming back to the studio. Love you guys. Have an awesome week. Thanks for watching. Bye.